years. I've taught second grade and I've also taught kindergarten. So I've taught kind of both ends of the elementary campus. I think that kind of gives me a leg up because I'm able to see what they're going to need to be able to do in second grade, but I also can help them in kindergarten. I think Miss Becky put it in your packet. This is for you. This is not all of the things that they're going to learn, but these are the big goals that we're going to have for your children in kindergarten. We hope that by the end of kindergarten that they're able to master all of the skills that are on here before they go to first grade. So this is just kind of a preview, just so you know, as an overview, everything that they're going to be learning into the next year. I'm just going to go over them just real quick, because there's some language that we use in kindergarten that, as a teacher, I understand it, but if I wasn't a teacher, I wouldn't know, what they were talking about. I actually have a son that's in kindergarten this year, and I have a set of twins that are 3 years old. So I understand what it's like to be on the parent end, but if I wasn't a teacher, I wouldn't know what half of this meant. They're working on writing their first name in pre-K. Some might even start on their last name. They don't have to know that, but by the end of kindergarten, that is something that we're going to help them master. We'll start with first name, and then we'll gradually move into their last name by the end of kindergarten. We are going to expect that they know all 26 uppercase letters, all 26 lowercase letters, and all the sounds that those letters make. In kindergarten now, we do teach them short vowels, which means just the sound that the letter makes naturally, and the long vowel sound is when the letter says its name. So if it's in a vowel team, or we call it a magic E on the end. So that's something they're going to learn too. They're going to be able to identify beginning, middle, and end sounds of words, clap out syllables, produce and recognize a rhyme. We use a manual called the Hegarty Manual. It's a doctor that's created this manual that helps us teach phonemic awareness. We all are going through a 60-hour training right now throughout the school year. Really, the science of reading is really asking teachers in Texas to make sure that students have a good ground basis for phonemic awareness, and so we use that manual to help them with rhymes, onset and rhyme, which is whenever they learn the different parts. This is all going to give them a good base to be really good readers, and so that's something we do with them. They're going to know more. On here it says 30 sight words. They're going to know more than 30 sight words when they leave. The state of Texas only requires 25, but we actually teach them about 40. So they're going to know those. They're going to be able to read CVC words, which is like cat or dog. It's a consonant, vowel, consonant, but also the state of Texas also requires consonant, vowel, consonant words and consonant, consonant, vowel, consonant words. So we're going to teach them. I know that's just a strange way to say it, but we're going to teach them how to read all those words. They're going to be able to write a sentence, know to start it with an uppercase letter and a lowercase that comes after it, and a punctuation at the end. They're going to be able to identify the short and long vowel sounds. They're going to be able to identify two-dimensional figures and three-dimensional figures, and they're going to be able to kind of pick out an object in the real world and connect that with it. They'll know the names, but they'll also be able to show you at home. They're going to be able to count to 100 by ones. Also, they're going to be able to count by tens, and we actually teach them how to count by fives, and then we teach them how to count in multiples of 2 to 20. I know that sounds like a lot, but really what it helps them is when they do need to learn multiplication when they're older, if they can count by multiples. Evidence has shown that if they can count by multiples in kindergarten, that they're going to be successful when they need to do multiplication. I know that seems kind of early, but you know, we've read lots of studies, and that's something that we've seen progress as students leave kindergarten and go on, that they're better at doing multiplication tables. So that's something we're going to work on. Which group has more and has less, greater than, less than. They're going to be able to count any number of objects, 1 to 20. They're going to be able to solve addition problems mentally to 10, but they're also going to be able to solve number problems to 10 as well. So they'll see a math problem and they'll be able to answer it. all the way to second grade, we really encourage manipulatives and concrete objects to count. So that's something that they're gonna have all the way to second grade. If a student can do it without it, great, but if they need it, we're gonna support them and give that to them. They're going to be able to take objects and make it equal to 10. That's just a strategy we use. We use tens frames, which is that little counter. You see some dark counters and some light counters. Those are 10 frames, and we use those to help them count to 10 and to add to 10. And they're going to be able to write their numbers 0 to 20. I can say that the majority of my class right now can write numbers bigger than 20. They can identify numbers anywhere between 0 and 100. So they're going to do it, and it's a slow process, and we work on it every day. And it seems like a lot, but they get it, and they do great. So these are just some goals, and I just kind of wanted to share that's what those mean. So next year, when your child's in kindergarten, if you see this lingo on their newsletter or their teacher sends it home, that's kind of what they're talking about. You'll also receive this at the beginning of kindergarten next year. We send it home at the very beginning to all the parents of any student that comes to kindergarten. So y'all are getting a preview of that. We all have reading folders. They come home at different times because every child is different, and we try to meet them on their level and support them. So some students might be early readers, and some students might be right on track. So we're going to support them where they are, and we're going to push them to do their very best. So all that is just a folder that's going to come home daily. You'll read whatever their teacher has put in there, and you'll fill out the log and send it back, and we read with them, and then we'll switch out the books. Some teachers use passages too. That's something that we heard from first and second grade, that they were coming and they were able to read books, which is what we had taught them, but also in the age of testing, when they would read a passage just in a workbook and then needing to answer comprehension questions, that was something they need to work on. So that's something that we are kind of meeting them with and giving them passages too. So you'll see probably a mixture of both of those. Some kindergarten classes send home weekly homework. It's not every class. Every teacher has the choice to do whatever they would like. I personally do. It's a 1-page front and back. It's got a section for Monday, which is a half a page, a section for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I tell my kids and the parents they can do it all in one night and turn it in, or if they want to do it one section like it's labeled, that's great too. It's whatever works for your family, and we're here to accommodate for that. In my class, they get a prize if they do it. I have a treasure box. It's not worth a grade. We do look at it, we do check it, but it's not something that's going to go into the grade book. The majority of the teachers in kindergarten, we grade based on skill. So we're looking to see that they're achieving those skills. We don't give number grades. We give letter grades: satisfactory, needs improvement, unsatisfactory, and if they're above satisfactory, they get exceeds. So you're not going to see number grades in kindergarten. They're going to have letters, and we'll have a little key that tells you what everything means on the progress reports. They will have daily folders and binders. The teachers provide those. And that's about it. I mean, if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer anything you're curious about. I can help you out. We're excited. Every teacher that teaches kindergarten loves kindergarten. We enjoy it. We love being there. There's still fun. There's still centers. There's stations. We do a lot of small group learning. There's recess. There's still all the fun things that elementary school is about, and snack and all the good stuff. So we're happy to help, and we all have Remind. You can reach us whenever you need to, and we're excited for your kiddos to come. And I've seen most of them. I've talked to most of them. I know most of them because we have car duty together, and so I've had some students already of parents that are in here, so I'm happy to help in anything that you need. So, does anybody have any questions? I know it was a lot to process.